all of us, when we come into the office, we are working with other people, right? None of us are coming here only to work for ourselves, right? We have to work with other people, accommodate other people, adjust other people, with other people, right? We have to tolerate other people, their differences, the way they talk, the way they behave, right? In fact, we have to work with them and produce common results. We have to communicate with them, with each other, to get some common work done, right? And we have to do reporting to people. We have to talk with them, whether we like them or not. We have to do these things. And all of us are working in some team or the other. Am I correct? Yes or no? Right? So, when you come into a team, there are several other people along with you. Yes? And each of them have their own motives, their own agendas, their own intentions to work in that team. Right? And the basic idea of a team is what? Is to what? Why is that a team is formed? We are all a team now for today. And we all have a common goal. My goal is to impart training to you. Your goal is to attend that training and produce results out of that, to produce some changes out of that. So today we are a very short team, or a team working for a very short period of time, right, to achieve some common goal, right? The reason why this organization is built, this is also a team. People are coming together for some common goals, to achieve some common goals. As a consequence, everybody will benefit. So when you work in a team, again, people are there coming together for some common goals, for some common objectives, right? And all of us are working and playing our role to succeed in that team. But it is not machines who are working in the team. They are not robots who are working in the team. It is you and me. It is human beings who are working in that team. So many things other than the physical aspects, such as remuneration or defining a job very clearly, many other things besides these things will come into it, because we're all human beings and a lot of emotions come into it. Now all of us have faced good times when we were in teams, and all of us have faced negativities and problems when we were in teams, right? Many of us have faced conflicts with people with whom we work in a team, and it is very natural. If it does not happen, then only it is surprising, right? Many of us have faced some disturbances and some friction when we have worked in teams. Sometimes people don't like us, sometimes people like us. We don't like everybody in the office equally, neither do we hate everybody equally. Everybody doesn't like us equally inside the office, neither does everybody hate us equally inside the office. Now these things are important for how to work in a team and how to effectively get the best work out of ourselves and out of the team is important for each of us to understand. When we don't understand, our personal satisfaction at work is affected, okay? Also the satisfaction of other people is affected, and when we don't learn effective teamwork skills, the productivity of the project also goes down. We are not able to produce as much output as is expected of us. So never ignore the importance of people and taking care of the needs of other people in yourself when you are working in a team. I want to speak about some very basic aspects of teamwork, some basic theoretical principles which you just need to realize. Understand. After that, the behaviors will change based on that understanding. Okay. First thing that we need to realize about teamwork is everybody enters into a team for himself at the start. Every individual has his own needs when he enters into a team. Nobody is coming into a team or an organization solely to take care of somebody else or solely to serve somebody else. None of us are here for that purpose. I am not here for that purpose training you. I have my own needs to train you, right? And I can train Mono Nasir. I have the desire to train you. That's the reason I am coming here, right? You have a need to be trained. That's why you are here. Banu has a need to organize this training. That's why she is organizing this. So each and every one of us have individual needs when we come into a team, right? And you have a need to work in the organization. That is why you are working. Your sole aim is not to satisfy your boss. First you have needs for yourself, to satisfy yourself, and only then you're working for somebody else, right? If you are able to accept this, number one, you will start thinking whether your needs are met inside the organization, inside the team. And then you will think about whether other people's needs are being met. Whether you are able to respect that other people will also have the same needs as you are having. And that other people do not exist solely to serve you, and you do not exist solely to serve other people. We're all individuals having individual needs, and then common goals come in, right? Second, needs are diverse. All of us have different needs, and they are not the same, or they are not there in the same degree. Okay? Let me tell you. Let us suppose I'll give you a salary, a job now with a salary of 1 lakh. If you don't like 1 lakh, I'll give you 2 lakhs. Okay? But nobody will respect you inside the office. Nobody will treat you with dignity inside the office. They will not approve you. They will not be friends with you. When they see you, they will be disapproving of you. They will treat you badly. Will you do the job? Maybe 1 month, let's somehow try and get this 2 lakhs. You might try. But who knows, at the end of 1 week or 2 weeks, you will resign and go. Right? Which means our needs of working in an organization or a team are not just physical in nature, not just money or paychecks. We have several needs when we come into an organization. We have needs for learning. We have needs for exploring our talents and interests. We have needs for networking, for knowing people, for relating with people, learning things from them, and we teaching them, making friendships, right? We have needs for learning from an industry. We want to associate ourselves with an industry. There are so many jobs available to work from home. Why is that we have to come to a company? To understand how industries work, to understand how people work, right, and how to grow. We have needs for, respect and dignity. We need to be treated with respect. We need to treat others also with respect. We have a need for money. We also have a need for experience. In the long run, we want this experience to count as inputs to something larger, right? So all these things are very, very important when it comes to teamwork. If you are able to accept this, if you're able to realize this, well, how does it change, or what changes about your attitude in talking with other people, in relating with other people? Which means other people will have a need to their own time, they will have a right to their own work, they will have a right to their own work experience, they will have a right to their own exploration, right? Which means you will not be somebody who will disturb creativity, you will not be somebody who will disturb innovation, rather you will be somebody who will foster it. You will be focused on building these needs and channelizing these needs, and also helping other people realize these needs, right? But many people have conflicts with each other. When one person tries to grow, another person tries to bring him down or tries to disturb him. Why? Because they don't acknowledge that that person has needs of his own. Doesn't acknowledge that that person's needs are diverse, right? Compromise is the crux of teamwork. All of us have a lot of potential and freedom to work, right? With any given responsibility, as an individual, okay, not even as a team player, as an individual you can achieve a lot of things, right? If you are to apply your mind creatively, even without anybody else's help, you can achieve a lot of things. You can suggest new ideas to the management. You don't need motivation from outside for that. You can think about what your job is, learn that job perfectly, and serve your customers happily, right? And communicate that to your boss. You don't need anybody else's help for that. So there is a lot of freedom and space for us as individuals, right? But when we come together in a team, the same freedom is there. Along with that, we are also doing common tasks, common goals. So sometimes decisions will have to be made where your opinion might not be taken seriously, right? Or the way you want something to happen, it will not happen, right? If five people are in a team, along with that there's a team leader, and team leader asks for suggestions. Which one can we do? Which project do we go? Which site do we go to? 3 people give one suggestion, 2 people give another suggestion, right? The manager might go with what he thinks is correct, and he might choose a suggestion which 3 people give. If you are on the 2 people side, you will not like that, right? His decision will go against what you are willing, right? And as a consequence, you will feel, I'm not respected, I'm not being, treated with dignity. My opinions are not important. My opinions are not considered to be significant, right? Sometimes when you're working in a team, one person will be preferred over the other, one person will be respected over the other, one person might be sent for responsibility because the manager might think he's more suitable, right? When all these things happen, one thing you can realize is it is the very nature of a team. That is the way it is meant to be. And compromise at these situations is very, very essential. It forms the crux of teamwork. If you fail to compromise on these situations, it is not possible for you to be a good team player. If every time you have to win in the team, If every time what you think only should happen, it will not happen, right? This we should realize, and we will be able to accept if we have realized that there is a lot of personal freedom also, right? If there's a lot of personal space, there's a lot of potential as an individual I can achieve, then when working in a team, some things I can compromise, some things I can give up. It will not hurt that badly. Fourth, teamwork is about active communication, right? Many people think that while they're working in a team, they can just do their work in a team and that is over. Okay? Then why do we have to work in a team for that? Each person can be individually given those tasks, right? Where do people come together for that? There's a word called synergy. Have any of you heard about that? Synergy? S-Y-N-E-R-G-Y. It means, it tells a philosophy that 1 plus 1 is equal to more than 2. Okay? Not 3, 4, it can be anything. But 1 plus 1 equal to more than 2. Which means when two people come together, they should be able to achieve what they would achieve, separately. If one person does 5 units of work separately, another person does 5 units of work separately, together they must be able to achieve more than 10 units of work. That's the purpose of coming together in a team. That kind of a thing is possible only when there is active communication. When people are talking with each other, reporting with each other, sharing their ideas with each other, right? Telling about their experiences with each other. Those things need to happen very frequently. Only if you are doing that, to the level to which you do that, and the confidence that you share and you win from others, that will help you grow tremendously in your career. But if you're just thinking, I have to do only my task, that's the minimum thing to do. That's the minimum thing to get away with, right? But going one step forward, you need to think about how I can contribute to others, how I can learn from others, what are the things other people have that I need to know, what is it that they are learning, right? All these things you need to think about and actively communicate, take guidance, give guidance, report appropriately, so teamwork becomes possible.